All right, we are ready to go here in the second of our three-game series here in the 1927 playoffs. We've got Chicago Cubs at Pittsburgh Pirates for the first game of the three-game series. On the mound for Pittsburgh tonight is Ray Kramer, and for Chicago it is Guy Bush this time. So two righties on the mound tonight. And real quick, I'll run down the lineups. Sparky Adams for Chicago leading off and playing at third, and then English at shortstop, Heathcote playing right field, Stevenson in left, Wilson playing center, Grimm at first base, Hartnett catching, Beck at second, and of course the pitcher, Bush, batting last. And for Chicago, we'll run them down when we get ready to bat their half of the inning. So here we go. First thing we're going to do is check both pitchers and see if platoon splits apply. So that means they have their good stuff tonight. So 1 to 3 they do, 4 to 6 they don't. We will start off with Kramer here. So watch the red die. 1 to 3, he's on. He's on tonight, so his splits matter. So he faces another righty. He gets an additional +1 advantage. Same thing for Bush. Bush barely missed it. He does not. All right, so tough break for Bush out of the gate. Not throwing his best stuff tonight, as we'll find out here. So here we go. Sparky Adams leading off, the righty, facing a righty. They're both yellow rated. They're even up, but the platoon split matters, and that's a -1 disadvantage to Adams. So -1 on the red die. And that means the pitcher wins that one, and that is a ground out, and that is a little ground out to the second baseman. So a quick roll over to first base for the first bout out of the inning. All right. Okay. One down. And we got Woody English coming up. He's also a righty, so he's -1 too. So take that away from his red die. Man, Kramer is coming out strong right now. Another ground out. 2 up, 2 down. First baseman this time. Okay. 2 outs. And Cliff Heathcote coming up. The right fielder is a lefty, so the platoon split won't hurt him, and he's even up on color on his rating, so they're even up, so no change on his role. And he wins it, and on his card that is a single. So Heathcote is on first base, and he hit a single to, you had Green Dial tell me, there's a single to center field. All right, so he's on. So with 2 outs, he's on first, and we go on to Riggs Stevenson. Stevenson's green rated, but he's a righty, so that means he's now, instead he would be ahead of Kramer 1, but now it's even up because of the platoon splits. So even up. And 4 to 1, and that is a walk for Stevenson. So 2 men on. And we will put him on first. And Heathcote on second. All right. Hack Wilson coming up. Hack is a righty, so the righty-righty matchup would put him at -1, but he's +1 because he's green, so he will be even up, just like Stevenson was. Pitcher wins the matchup for last out of the inning, and a 6 on his card is a ground out. Basically, the roll is between the red and black die. Pitcher is the black die, batter is the red die, and the green die is what we pick on their card here. So a ground out to red die. Tell me where it went. Third base. So that ends the inning. So we in the top half of the inning with no runs. First Cubs. Oops. Losing players here. Off the edge of the table. There you go. Pie Trainer got to have him in the game. All right. So it'll be Hack Wilson was the last batter. It'll be Grimm up next inning for the Cubs. And we go to the bottom of the first. Lloyd Wainer leading it off. Let's see. And he is against Kramer, whose platoon splits matter. He's even up. Yellow versus yellow. Kramer wins it. No, sorry, not Kramer. Let me do that again. It's Bush pitching to the other team. That's how this works. Visiting team, yeah, anyway. All right, doesn't matter. Same result. Bush wins. 4-3. It's a 13 on his card. That's a flyout. The green die will tell me where to. Fly out to the third baseman. Okay. So score that for the first out. All right. All right. Clyde Barnhart coming up. And Barnhart is a righty. Bush is a righty, but platoon splits don't matter, so they're just even up. Pitcher wins again, 7-4. And that's a ground out. Red die will tell me where to. That's a little number in front of the plate. Catcher throws to first for the out. Okay. Now Paul Wainer coming up. Now he's green rated and a lefty. Platoons aren't in effect. I got to remind myself. So he's just +1 on Bush. So +1 to the red die. Doesn't matter. Bush rolls an 8, and that's a fly out. So watch the green die, and that's a fly out. It'll pop up to the catcher. So 2 plays in a row for the catcher. All right, there we go. First inning's in the books, and we got no score. All right, top of the second, and we got Grimm coming up. Force the Cubbies. And Kramer will be pitching to them. They won't pitch to themselves like I messed up a minute ago. All right. Grimm's a lefty, so the platoon split won't give Kramer an advantage. They're even up. All right. Batter wins it. It's a 20. That is a bunt hit. So Grimm lays down a bunt, and he's on at first. Even with his slow speed, he gets on at first. All right. So that is our first base runner of the inning. Hartnett's up. And the catcher is a righty, but so is Kramer, so he suffers a -1 penalty. That means that we're tied, and when we tie, we pull a wild card. Catcher interference, batter to first, and runners advance if forced. And they are forced. So now we got runners at first and second on a little CI. All right, that was Hartnett. We got Beck, Clyde Beck coming up. He's a righty as well, so he's -1. Pitcher wins that one. That's a 4. That's a ground out. Let's see where it's a ground out to with the red die. Second base. All right. So we're going to say that Grimm ends up on third. Let me put him there so we know. And Hartnett is out on the way to second. And now we got to see if we can make the play on Beck at first. All right. Beck's a blue rated runner, so he's -1. And the play is coming from the shortstop. Shortstop for Pittsburgh is Wright. And Wright is a blue rated shortstop. But he's throwing to Harris, who's a green rated first baseman. Not so. Just double checking to make sure. So that means it's average, so they're even up. All right. They still have a +1 advantage on Beck, so that means Beck has to roll a 1 or a 2 to be safe. All right, on the red die. And he does not. So the double play clears the bases and ends the inning. All right. And that is a 4-6-3. Oh, you know what? I take that back. That is not in the inning. I'm losing my mind. That scores a run. And or no, it leaves Grimm at third. It's only 2 outs. Sorry. We're only 2 outs in. 1, 2. All right. Sorry, I'll get it eventually. All right, pitcher coming up. Grimm on third. He is -1 to Kramer. Bush is. So take 1 off the red die. 8 from the pitcher, and that is a 3 on Kramer's card, which is a ground out. So the last out of the inning is a ground out 2, and then we'll say it's up the line a little bit for the catcher. So 3. All right, top of the second in the books with the visitors leading 1-0. All right. Moving on to the bottom of the second. All right. Here we go. Glenn Wright is coming to the plate. Wright playing shortstop today. He is a righty. Bush is a righty too, but his platoon splits aren't working. Too bad for him because he would have an advantage. As it is, he does not. Well, I threw Pie Trainer off the table for the second time. That's not good luck. All right. Wright is even up. He does not win that one. That's a fly out on the pitcher's card to the pitcher. So just a pop up in the middle and the pitcher catches it. All right. George Grantham coming up. It's a lefty second baseman. He is green rated, so he's +1 on Bush. So +1 on the red die. Doesn't matter. Pitcher wins it. That's a ground out. Red die will tell me where to. Ground out to shortstop. 6-3. Okay. There's Pie Trainer coming up. Even up. So no change. And he gets a hit. And that is a single for him. Single for Pie. And we'll see the green die sells for 2. Single right over third base. So Trainer is on first base. And we're going to see he's average runner. Our left fielder is Stevenson. Stevenson's average as well. So we're going to say it was shallow enough that he had to hold up at first base. I don't think we need to risk it at this point in the game. All right, so Trainer is on at first. Brings up Joe Harris. Oh, we have 2 outs in the game. Sorry. In the inning. All right, Harris is green rated. He's +1. So add 1 to the red die. Doesn't matter. Bush wins with another fly out. It's a fly out to left field. Okay. There we go. No runs in that half of the inning. So the visiting Cubs still lead it 1-0. And we are in the hang on. That was the bottom. Okay. I was like, okay. We're at the top of the third. Confused myself for a minute there. Been a long day. Okay. Starting at the top of the order for Chicago. Kramer is a righty, so Sparky Adams has a -1 on his red die. Kramer wins it, and that is a line out. Red die will tell me where to. That's just a caught third strike by the catcher. So 1 out. And English is up. He's a righty as well, so -1 on his red die. He gets on base, and a 19 is a bunt hit. So this runner left on base, I'll leave it on there for English. Except I'll put him on first. How about that? And Heathcote's coming up. All right. He is not going to suffer a platoon difference with Kramer. They're even up. 8-5. Kramer wins that one, and that's a ground out. That is a ground out to the shortstop. So that is going to be a shortstop to second base to get English out off the base pass, and then we'll see if we can throw from second to first to get the other out, Heathcote. All right. So we will see. All right. Shortstop's right. He's blue rated. As we said, first baseman's green rated, so that makes them even up, makes them average. Heathcote's average, so it's 1 to 3 safe, 4 to 6 out at first. 4 to 6, he got him for the double play. All right. So hits into the double play, and Heathcote is retired. And that is a quick 1, 2, 3 inning, folks. All right. Going to the bottom of the third. Still 1-0 Cubbies. All right. Earl Smith coming up. All right. So he's a lefty catcher. So there's no punishment for him platoon split wise. There wouldn't be anyway because bushes aren't working for him. But they're even up. Nope, pitcher wins that battle. And that's a line out. Red dial, tell me to. Straight back to the pitcher. So, 1 out. All right. The pitcher batter, if you're wondering, if you've been watching some of these, you're wondering, I'm using these pitcher batter cards because that means that stat-wise, these two pitchers, their cards weren't better than this one. So I'm using this one. Okay. All right. So we got Kramer coming up. And he is -1 on the red die. Pitcher wins it. And that's a ground out. Red dial, tell me where to. Ground out to first base. Okay. Top of the order for Pittsburgh. Pirates still haven't scored any runs yet. It's early in the game, though. All right, Wayner's up. Lloyd Wayner, that is. And he is even up with Bush. Wayner gets on base, and 18 is a walk. So we'll take a, he'll take a walk at this point, right? So he is on first base. Barnhart coming up. Even up again. Pitcher wins it with a ground out. Red dial, tell me where to. Straight back to the pitcher. So that is another quick inning. We're blazing through these, folks. Another quick half inning right there. All right, here we go. We're moving on. Top of the fourth. Let's see, it'll be him next time. Sorry, I was making sure my scorebook was accurate over here. Little pause in the action. All right. Still 1-0. All right, here we go. Kramer pitching to Stevenson. Stevenson's +1, so +1 on the red die. And that is a 6/4 pitcher wins that one, and that is a ground out. Red dial, tell me where to. That's a ground out. Just a little nubber or a bunt in front of the catcher. So he is out. First out of the inning. All right. Hack Wilson coming up. 1 down. Wilson is +1 already, so he wins that one. Or no, they're even up. 2 righties, so they're even up because of that, but Wilson wins that one. And a 4 on his card's a single. So he gets a single. The red dial, tell me where to. Single to left field. Okay. So 1 out, 1 man on for Charlie Grinham coming to the plate. First baseman for the Cubs. And he is even up with Kramer. just misses it. Kramer gets it, and that is a fly out. Let's see where to. Green dial, tell me. That's a fly out to left field. So that is an F8. Let's see. Wilson's average and our left fielder is average too. Let's have him hold up on that one. All right, 2 down. Moving on from Grimm to Hartnett. All right, Wilson's still on at first. Okay, Kramer and Hartnett. Hartnett's -1 to Kramer, so -1 from the red die. Kramer wins it by 1 with an 11, which is a ground out. So the last out of the inning is another ground out to first. So runs are hard to come by early in this one. All right, go to the bottom of the 4th. All right. Bottom of the 4th, that'll be back next time. All set. Nobody out. Where's my first base? There it is. All right, Palm Wainer up this time. He is +1 to Bush because he's green rated, so +1 on the red die. And he wins it that way. And that's a double for him. So Wainer gets a double. Blue red dial, tell me where to. That's a double to right field. All right. So he is on at second for right field. All right, right fielder today is Heathcote. And Heathcote is a green rated outfielder, so he's got a good arm. The third baseman is Adams. Adams is average, so the outfield defense would be +1. And Wainer's just average, so he's going to hold up at second with what he's got. All right. So right coming up. 1 man on for the Pirates. And right is even up. Pitcher wins it with a line out. Red dial, tell me where to. Second base. So 4. All right. And we're going to see if Wainer made it back. He's an average runner. He's a yellow rated runner. Our second baseman, Beck, is yellow rated. So the question is whether he stepped on got second or not. So it's even up. 1 to 3, he's safe. 4 to 6, he's out on the red die. He's out. Got him. So that is two down. Pulls him off base. All right, Grantham coming up. He is +1 on Bush. So 7 still won't beat an 8. And a 9 is a ground out. So the last out of the inning will be a ground out to somebody. Ground out shortstop. All right. So we go on. Nobody scored runs in the 4th. Still 1 to nothing. Yeah, it's the top of the 5th. Okay. Top of the 5th with Beck coming to the plate. So the second baseman steps in. He's a righty, but so is Kramer, so he's -1. Oh, it's a 0. That's a strikeout. Is that our first K? That may be our first K. I believe. Yeah, it's our first K in the game. All right. Beck goes down swinging, and here comes Bush to the plate. He's -2. Or he's -1, sorry. Loses out anyway. That is a line out, and it's a line out to the second baseman. So 2 up, 2 down. And we're back to the top of the order for the Cubs with Sparky Adams coming to the plate. He's a righty, so that means he's -1 to Kramer. So -1 on the red die. That means it's a tie. We're going to pull a wild card. Kids, always fun. Balk runners with advance when nobody's on. So we roll it again. Pitcher wins it with a line out. There's a line out to first base. There it is. 3 up, 3 down again. So Kramer having a good day, as well as Bush, except for the 1 run. All right. So we're heading for the bottom of the 5th. All right. And Pie Trainer at the plate. Even up with Bush. Bush rocks and fires. And it's a hit, or he gets on base with a single. So Trainer gets a single. He's on first. The green die will tell me where he hit it to. And it looks like it went to center field. All right. Here comes Joe Harris. He is +1. Doesn't matter. He didn't win it anyway. That is a line out. That is a line out to the shortstop. So Harris. And we're going to see Trainer, an average runner. Yeah, you know, on him though, average, you got to make a line drive go through. So if he's average, our shortstop is English. He's blue rated. Okay. So even though our first baseman's green rated, that makes him average at the 50-50 shot. It's going to be a bang-bang play to get Trainer. So 1 to 3, he's safe. 4 to 6, he's out on the line drive. And he's out. So double play there. Quick thinking there from English. And they get the out. So, all right. Here comes Earl Smith. And he is even up. Oops. Okay, pitcher wins it with a ground out. That's the last out of the inning. Ground out to shortstop. So Kramer will be up next time. Still no more runs, so 1 to 0 for the Cubs. And we're going to the top of the inning, top of the 6th there. Okay, English is up. And he's a righty, so he's -1 to Kramer. 6 - 1 doesn't beat a 7. It's a strikeout on Kramer's card. All right, so we got 1 out. All right, moving on to Heathcote. Lefty, so platoon split doesn't bug him. Even up. And he is on base, and that's a walk. So he is on first base with 1 out. All right, Rick Stevenson is up. And he's a righty, so he's -1. Pitcher wins it. That's a line out for the pitcher. That is a line drive caught in center field. So, and Heathcote's going to get back on that. Plenty of time for him too. All right, so now we got 2 outs. Hack Wilson coming up. Wilson is even up because he's green rated, even though he's still a righty too. So even up. Oh, and he gets on base. That is a bunt hit. So he moves Heathcote over, and he is on at first. Heathcote at second. Brings Charlie Grimm up. All right. Grimm is even up. Pitcher wins that one. That's a 6. It's a ground out. And we'll call it a ground out to the first baseman. Just when you think something's going to happen, it doesn't. All right. So I'll leave those two on base. We'll be hearting it up next time. My dogs are barking in the background. They're excited about the action happening here. All right. So we go top 6. No outs. All right. All right, so here we go. This would be Kramer coming to the plate. Or no, I'm sorry. Hartnett coming to the... Well, I'm losing my mind here. Why did I think I was all the way to Kramer? Because I am. Hartnett plays for the other team. Okay, y'all are watching this going, this guy's an idiot. All right, thinking about the video and all this stuff at once. So, all right, Kramer's up. He's right. And he is -1 to Bush. Does not win that one. A ground out. Ground out to first base. All right. All right. Lloyd Wainer comes up. He's even up. They tied. So we're drawing a wild card. Drop third strike. Batter save at first. All right. So he's on at first. Okay, Barnhart's coming up, and he'll be even up. Pitcher wins that one with a line out. All right. We only have one out, by the way. And that's going to be a line out to third base. So, and we're going to see if Lloyd Wainer made it back. He's yellow rated, so he's average. Our third baseman is Adams. He's average. Throwing to our above average first baseman, so the defense is +1. So Wainer has to roll a 1 or a 2 to be safe. And he does not. So they do get the double play. All right, so that's it. That ends the inning. We're out of that one. And again, no runs. So we go to the top of the 7th with the Cubs still leading 1-0. This is a... Hang on 1 second. At least shut the door so I can keep them out, dude. I don't know what they're barking at. Alright. So there we go. Now we're going to the top of the 7th. And as I said, I guess I could do that for you guys. Still 1-0. Okay. Hartnett coming up. And he is -1. Pitcher wins up with a ground out. It's a ground out to the third baseman. Beck is up. He's also -1. We got 1 out. That means it's a tie, which means we pull the dreaded wild card. Home field advantage. Next 2 rolls +1. So that goes over here. Okay? So we roll again. He's already -1. Now he's -2. Pitcher wins that one for sure. That is a fly out, and the green die will tell me where to. That's a fly out to center field. So 2 outs. All right. Bush is coming up. He is -1 to Kramer. Doesn't matter. Pitcher wins it. That's another line out. Line out to third base. Man. If it hadn't been for the 1 run, this is a pitcher's duel tonight between Bush and Kramer. All right, we're going to the bottom of the 7th. Chicago didn't score there. All right. Paul Wainer coming to the plate for Pittsburgh. Hope they can get something going here. He is green rated, so he's +1. Pitcher wins it. Ground out. And that's another one from the catcher. So up the line a bit, he runs it down and flips to first for the out. All right. Glenn Wright coming up. 1 out. Wright's even up with Bush. Pitcher wins that one. It's a 9 on his card, which is a ground out. Okay, ground out to second base. Okay. You guys that have seen me play before know that I've gone past my 5.4. This is his average innings per start, but he's pitching so well, I'm not going to pull him out yet. I'm going to check him after this inning. And Kramer, I'm going to give Kramer an extra inning too. So I should have said that when I went past that, but I wanted you guys to know I'm giving him an extra little extra rope. So, all right. Grantham coming up with 2 outs. And Grantham's +1 on the red die. I still didn't win it. That's a fly out. So Bush and Kramer continue to dominate today. That's a fly out. Little pop up on the mound. All right. So no runs in the 7th. We are in the 8th inning, kids. Top of the 8th. The home crowd is getting restless. I want to see Pittsburgh do something here and shut the Cubbies down. Normally I'd be checking him after the 7th, or the 6th. I'm going to check him now. Basically, if 1 to 3, I downgrade this D8 to a D6. Okay, so the red die. That is, and I can downgrade him or I can replace him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace him instead of downgrade him. So let's swap out, and we're going to put, hang on 1 second. I'm putting Milgis in there. Johnny Milgis is into the game. And let's check his platoon splits. 1 to 3, he's got him. 4 to 6, he does not. And he does have them. All right. So, good enough. Top of the 8th. Chicago and Adams is up. Okay, so for Adams, he He's -1 because of the rating, and he's also -1 for the platoon split, so he's -2. So take 2 away from the red. And that's a tie, which means we pull a wild card up. Would be an error, but no one's on base. We'll move him to first, but no runners are on base. So let's see who did the error. Yeah, green die. Sorry. And that's an error on the right fielder. So. All right. That puts Adams on first. We go to Woody English coming up. He's a righty and yellow. He's also -2 on the red die. Doesn't matter. Pitcher wins that one. And for Milgis, that is a line out. Red die says it's a line out to the catcher, so caught third strike. And we now have 1 out. Right? Yep. Okay, Heathcote coming up. He's a lefty, so he's only -1 because of the rating. Okay? So Heathcote's -1. Doesn't matter. Pitcher wins the battle with a fly out. The ball's up in the sun, but it comes down on the mound, Heathcote, and Mill just wraps it up. So there are 2 down, and that brings up Stevenson. He's even up from a green to green standpoint, but he's a righty, so he is -1 to Milgis. And that means they're both a 5, and we draw another wild card. Defensive shift. Left-handed batter, -1 on next D6 roll. Well, he's not a lefty, so it doesn't matter. So, but he is -1. Pitcher wins it with a ground out. And that is a ground out to... We have 2 outs already, so it's a ground at second baseman. So to end the inning, grounder there, and the Cubs go down. All right. Be Hack Wilson up next for the Cubs. All right. We are going to the bottom of the 8th, kids. Pittsburgh running out of opportunities. Pie Trainer coming up. Surely he can get something happening here. All right, Trainer steps into the box. Oh, let's get Bush out of there first. 1 to 3, we're going to downgrade him. 4 to 6, we're not. Not going to downgrade him. I'm leaving him in. Except for the 1 run, he's having an awesome game. So I'm leaving him in. All right. No, unless, hang on. Actually, if I've got somebody I can put in that's green rated, I'm going to do that. I'm going to bring in Neff to the game. All right, let's check his platoon splits. 1 to 3, he has them. He does. So they work for him. So any lefties he faces, he gets another +1. All right. So he's against Trainer. That means Trainer is a righty. Trainer's just -1. That's enough. So pitcher wins with a ground out. And the first out of the inning is a ground out to shortstop. Quick throw over first, and Trainer is retired. All right, 1 out. Joe Harris stepping up to the plate. Green rated, but so is Neff, so they're even there. Righty versus lefty, so they're just even up. Harris gets on base, and that is a bunt hit. So he is on at first base. All right, 1 out. Earl Smith coming to the plate. Lefty-lefty matchup. So Earl is going to be -2. So let's take 2 away from the red die. I don't know why it's on top of there, but let's do it again. 2 away from the red die. Pitcher wins it, and that is an 8 on his card, the pitcher's card. For Neff, that's a ground out. So we get it out. It's a ground out to first base. Okay. So that is Okay, so the first out is going to be Harris at second, or halfway to second, and we're going to see if Smith made it over there. Okay, and that would end the inning. 2 outs. Let's see. Now we're talking about, so the throw over here to shortstop, back across. So we need the shortstop, and our shortstop's English, and English is blue rated, thrown to a green rated first baseman, so it's all even up, right? And Smith is -1. So that means instead of 1 to 3 and he's safe, Smith's got to roll a 2 to be safe. 1 to 2. And he does. So Smith is safe at first. So the inning continues. All right. But there are 2 outs in the inning. And we need to go to Milgis. And Milgis is -2, as most pitchers would be to a green pitcher. And that's the 3rd out of the inning, and that is a ground out. Ground out to first base. All right. Where's first? There he is. I think my phone just died. We have to go old school here. Let me get my die out. There we go. My phone just bit the dust. All right. First. Okay, so nothing there. Here we go. Top of the 9th. All right, Hack Wilson coming to the plate. He and Mills just square off. They are even up, but Hack's a righty. No, actually, the way you look at that is, it's a righty-righty matchup, so you take one away, but add one for the star logo behind Wilson's name. So that makes them even up, all right? And that is going to go to the pitcher, and it was a 20 on his card. That is a line out. And that is a line out to second base. So Wilson is retired. That brings up Grimm. I'll roll that next. That brings up Grimm. He is -1. Pitcher wins that battle. And it is a 9 on his card, which is a ground out. So we're going to call that a ground out to shortstop. All right. All right. Harding coming up. And he is -2 because he's a platoon. It's a lefty-lefty, and then he's also not green. Pitcher wins that one. And on his card, that is going to be an 18, which is a line out to second base. That's a 3rd out. Sorry I didn't do any of this that time, but moving so quickly on it, it's kept on going. All right. So there we go. No runs for the Cubs, but they've got a 1-run lead they're hanging on to. I want Neff to close it out for them here at the bottom of the 9th. All right, top of the order coming up for Pittsburgh. Lloyd Winter up, and he is against Neff. It's a lefty-lefty, so he's -2 against Neff. And he does not, and he still wins it. So 3-1, and on his card it's going to be an 18. On his card, that's a walk. Got excited for a second there. Okay, but he's on. So tying run on for the Pirates here in the bottom of the 9th. All right. Next up, Barnhart. He is just -1 to Neff. Pitcher wins that battle, and on his card, that is a strikeout. So that's a K. And that is first out of the ninth. All right, here we go. Moving on to Paul Wainer. He is going to be +1 on Neff because of the watermark, the star he's got. So, and he gets a on base. Let's see what he did. That's a 2. That's just a single. But that definitely puts him on first. Wainer on second. Let's see where it was 2. Single 2, center field. All right. Well, let's see. Let's check our center fielder real quick. That's Wilson. He's yellow rated. Our third baseman is blue rated, so they're -1. And Wainer is yellow rated. We're going to see if we can get him to third so he can score easily. All right. So that means defense is -1. That means 1 to 4 he's safe. So to 3 he is safe at third. So there we have it. First and third with 1 out. All right. Okay, Glenn Wright with 1 out, getting that run in at third looks very possible. Okay. Let's see what Wright can do here. He is -1 to Neff. So here we go. Neff rocks and fires. Oh, and Wright gets on base. And on his card, that is a 5. That is a single. So 1 run is in. The game is tied. 1 run is in. And there we have it. He is on at first. Wainer's on it at... Hang on. That run scores. Wainer goes to second. He is at first. Not third, second. There's a single 2. Left field. So he is holding up there. All right. But finally, the Pirates tie the game up in the bottom of the ninth. And with 1 out, they've got 2 on. Let's see what Grantham can do here. Grantham's a lefty, so he and Neff are straight up, folks. Let's see how this rolls out. All right. Here we go. Oh, Grantham gets a hit. Or gets on base. Let's see if it's a hit or a walk. That's a 2. That is a single. So he's on first. Wainer is on third. He's yellow rated. And it was a single 2. Just right over first base. So our right fielder's got to make a play at the plate. Okay? And with 1 out, it's happening. All right? So right fielder is Heathcote. Heathcote is green rated, so he's got a good arm. He's +1. Our catcher is average, so it's +1 on the defense. All right. Wainer is average, so he rolls a 1 or a 2. He is safe. All right. It's a 6. He's out at the plate. Thrown out at home. 2 outs. We'll pull him off there. Wright is not second, and Grantham is at first. All right. That brings up Pie Trainer. All right. It was a valiant effort, but didn't work out. All right. Trainer is -1. All right. Pitcher wins that battle, and it's a strikeout. Strikes out. And that is 2 outs. No, that's... yeah, that's 2 outs. Because we have the K. Barnard K, and then Grantham. So, all right. Oh, then Trainer. No, that's Grantham's on first. Never mind. It's Trainer with K's. So 2 outs. All right. Okay, here comes Joe Harris with 2 outs. He can win it with 1 swing of the bat. He is even up with Neff. Not going to go ahead yet. Pitcher wins that battle. It's an 18 on his card. It's a line out to the shortstop. So 3 outs. And the Cubs avoid letting the Pirates win it on a comeback win, but the Pirates fans almost had their walk-off win there. All right. All right. So we are going to the top of the 10th. All right. And in the 10th, we have Beck coming up for Chicago. Okay. So Milgis is +2. So -2 on the red die here. Pitcher wins it. And that is a fly out to shortstop. Or sorry, fly out to, yeah, shortstop. Talk myself out of it there. All right, that's 1 down. All right. Okay, now we got Neff coming up. And he's going to be -2 to Milgis. Yep, pitcher wins that that battle. The 10 on his card is a ground out to first base. All right. All right. So we move on. Sparky Adams coming up. Leadoff hitter. And we lost a die. Runaway D6. All right, here we go. Okay, Sparky is -2. And he doesn't win because of that. 4 -2 is a 2, so the pitcher wins. And on his card, that is a fly out to the second baseman. So the Pirates set the Cubs down 1-2-3 in the top of the 10th. So no score for them. Still tied 1-1 going to the bottom of the 10th. All right, well, Smith's up. All right, Smith is up, and Smith is -2. Pitcher wins the battle with a 5. The 10 on his card, and that is a ground out to the third baseman. All right. 1 out. Let's see, we need a pinch hit righty to come in here. Well, don't have a righty. Got a lefty. We're going to go ahead and do it. Put Raquel in here to pinch hit. And I mean, Milgis is out of the game. So I'm going to Turn his card sideways so I remember to do something with that. Alright. Now, Raquel is not much better off, but the thing is, on his card, he has 3 home runs possible and some doubles, so he has some pop in his bat. Alright. So, even though he's -2, even though the pitcher would have been -2 anyway. Right? So, here we go. 5 -2 is a 3, but an 8 beats it. Pitcher wins. And that's a 7 on the pitcher's card. That is a ground out to shortstop. So it's a quick action in the infield. And there are now 2 outs. All right, Lloyd Wayner coming up against Neff, who has been solid here. He is -2. 5 -2 is a 3. They tie. Batter's next 2 rolls, D6 +1. All right. So they tied then. Now he's +1, so instead of -2, he's only -1. And he gets on base. That's a 7. That's a single for Wayner. So he's on at first with 2 outs. All right. All right. Clyde Barnhart coming to the plate, -1. Pitcher wins. 17 on his card's a line out to third base. So there goes Pittsburgh in the bottom of the 10th. And you can see I'm out of the score we want here, but I'm keeping it in the book, so we go on to the top of the 11th. All right. 11th inning, kicking off with English on base, up first. All right, Woody English, not fast, but a good hitter. We've got to pull Mildus out here, and we made a defensive change. Raquel is in. Don't worry about that. Pull Mildus out for Pittsburgh, and we're going to put in Nichols. All right. So platoon splits 1-3, yes. Okay, 1-3. They're working on him. Okay. All right. So English is facing him. It is a righty-righty matchup. So English is -1. Doesn't matter. Pitcher wins that one. And on his card, that is a 10. And so for Nichols, that is a ground out. Ground out to third. All right. Heathcote coming up. All right. Heathcote is a lefty, so he's even up with Nichols. Nope. Pitcher gets it. It's an 11. It's a ground out to catcher, so up the line a tad, and then flips for the out. All right. Stevenson, let's see if we can make something happen here. Stevenson is green rated, but he's a righty, so they're even up. No. Nichols comes in, sets down the side. That's a ground out, straight to the pitcher. So straight back at him. We'll come backer with a third out. Okay, top of the 10th is over. I'm going to remove this just so you can see. Actually, yeah, top of the 10th is over with. 1-1 tie going into the bottom of the 10th. Wayner is up. Wayner versus Neff. Wayner is platoon split hurts him, but he has a +1 because of the watermark, so he's even up. Pitcher wins. I gotta check my die. Man. That's a 4. That's a ground out. Straight back to the pitcher. Alright. Wright coming to the plate. And Glenn Wright is -1. Pitcher wins again. Boom, with a line out. Off the table, on the floor, line out to second base. Alright. Let's see if Grantham can make it happen here. Grantham is -1. Oh, 2s, they tied, but Grantham's -1. Pitcher wins that one. That's an 8 on the card, which is another ground out to shortstop. A lot of outs, a lot of ground ball outs in this game. Alright. We are on to the top of the 12th, if you can believe it. Still tied up. Alright. And it should be Wilson's up. And Hack is even up because the platoon split is a negative for him, but then he's green rated, so he rolls him even up. Bottom of the whatever, or top of the 11th. (6-1). Hack Wilson gets on base. That's a 15 on his card. And that is a walk. Alright. So he is on. Alright, there we go. Charlie Grimm coming up. And Grimm's a lefty, so he's even up with Nichols. Doesn't matter. Pitcher wins the battle. That's a 20 on his card. It's a line out to third base. So first of all, we got Wilson on, and then we got 5, 1, and we're going to see if Grimm, who's blue rated, got doubled off at first. All right. So our third baseman is Trainer. He is yellow. And our first baseman, which is Harris, is green rated. So they're +1. So they get a 2-point advantage. So Grimm has to roll a 1 to be safe. And he does. So Grimm gets to stay on first. And he jumps for joy. Yay. Or is it? No, it's Wilson. Sorry. Well, it would have been a 1 or 2, so he still made it. So. All right. So it is Wilson who's on first. Grimm is out. And that is 1 out. All right. And Hartnett facing Nichols. He's at a -1. Pitcher wins. And that is an 11 on his card. That's another ground out. My goodness. It was my electronic one, and now this one. I would say I'd check my die, but it's a ground out to the first baseman. All right. So the first out's going to be at second. So we're going to say Wilson is out. And then we're going to see if Hartnett makes it to first here. He's halfway there. He is blue rated, so he's -1. All right, and this is a shortstop. Yeah. So the first half of that was successful. That's a 3 first baseman, a shortstop. Now we'll see if the return of the first baseman works or not. All right. So shortstop's right. Right's blue rated. He's throwing the ball to a green rated first baseman though, so that evens it out. It's average, right? And our runner is below average. Hartnett is -1. So 1 to 2, he's safe. He rolls a 2, and he is safe. So 2 outs in the inning. And Hartnett is on at first base. All right. All right, here we go. Okay, Beck is -1. Pitcher gets it. It's a 15. That is a fly out. Fly out to right field. So, there we go. Okay, we're heading to the bottom half of the inning. Joe Harris coming up for Pittsburgh. And we'll see if we can make something happen here. Still facing off against Art Neff. Alright. So here we go. Trainer facing him. Trainer is just -1. Pitcher wins it. And that is a strikeout. That's 2 in a row for Trainer. Alright. Harris coming up. Harris is green rated. He is just even up. Pitcher wins. 17, that is a line out. Catcher. Alright. Well, 2 outs for real there. Earl Smith coming up. Earl is -1. Pitcher wins 7-6. 16, man, this is some tough pitching going on here, folks. 16 is a line out. 2 is a shortstop. Neither one of these pitchers wants to be the one that gives up the winning run, and they are battling it out right here. All right. 1-2, top of the inning. I'm running out of scoreboard sheet here. I'm already out here. All right. Top of the inning, and we are going. Nichols is -1 on Neff. I'll leave a Neff in the game. Pitcher wins. Is a, guess what? A line out on his card. And there's a line out to second baseman. One quick out. Here we go. Back to the top for Chicago. Sparky Adams coming up. Sparky is -1. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, Sparky is -1 to Nichols. 6-3. Sparky gets on, and that is a single for him. Single 2. Right over the second baseman. So he's on. Top of the inning. Don't go him. Here we go. All right, English coming up. English is -2 to Nickel, or he's -1. Sorry. Pitcher gets it. Strikeout. That is 2 outs. And that brings up Heathcote to see if he can get this run in. Alright, he is even up. And he does get on base. And it is just a single, but at least it's moving the runners around. Move them on. Okay, not English. That's Adams on second. All right. All right, here we go. Stevenson is +1 because of his rating. Doesn't matter. Brutal. It's a 14. And that is a fly out. All right. It's a fly out too for the pitcher's mound. So there's for the third out of the inning. Moving on to the bottom half of the inning. We got our pitcher coming in. That'd be Neff. Hang on. Not Neff. Nichols. And to Neff, he is -2. Does get on base. And a 20 is a fly ball that drops in for a hit. It'd be a sac fly if he had runners on base, but as it is, he just gets a hit, and it's a fly ball just out past third base. So, all right. So runner is on for the Pirates. Back to the top of the order. Wainer coming up. All right, Wainer facing Neff. They're saying they're lefty-lefty, so he's -2. Doesn't matter, he wins that matchup. He wins it, and he gets a single. So they've got 2 men on now. Got Nichols at second, Wainer at first with nobody out. Pirates threatening here in the bottom half of the inning. I'm saying that because I don't have room over here. I've lost track whether it's the 14th or 15th. I think it's 14th. I don't know. All right, here we go. Barnhart coming up. Barnhart is a righty, so he's -1. Pitcher wins that matchup, and that is, of course, a line out to the catcher. So caught third strike. So just a strikeout there for Barnhart. He's at second. All right. So there we go with her out. All right. That brings up, I'm putting my, never had my hers in there. All right, that brings up the other winner. Paul Winter's coming up. He is green rated plus the watermark, but he's also a lefty, so that means that they're even up. And he wins it. That is an 11 on his card, and that's a double, folks. And that's it. That's a walk-off double from Paul Winter to win the game, the bottom of the inning for the Pirates. Final score is Pirates 2, Cubs 1. All right. So that's it. Man, that was a long one. Wrapped it up, though. Some good pitching in that one. We'll move on to the next round, which will be in Chicago. And that will be as soon as I can get it in here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, feel free to comment. And if I messed up anything on there other than forgetting which inning it is, just let me know. And I'll make sure and do better next time. Appreciate you guys watching. Have fun. And I will see you on the flip side.